Have you ever purchased or owned a product that was perfectly named? Check this out. This is from Huntsman Knife Co. This is a maker that I've been following since the very beginning. And this is the Tyrant Bowie. A massive, nearly 20-inch, over 2-pound hunk of 3V. I haven't had this super long. I took it to Georgia Bush Craft. I've used it a bit myself. I'll show you that here shortly. This is a quick review. This is not a long-term review. Long-term review is not an option. Gabriel, the last Huntsman, was kind enough to send this to me. So I'm going to try and put a link here, or maybe it's there, to his YouTube channel. Please go shoot him a subscription. But let's check out the specs on this absolute beast. And I'll show you what I've done with it, and we'll talk about how I feel about it. Hey y'all, thanks for watching. Just really quick, I don't get paid to do these videos. This video is not even monetized. I am borrowing this from a friend. I'm gonna ship it back to him. So this knife is not getting as much use as most of my long-term knives would get. But what I wanna tell you is that if you like seeing honest reviews that aren't just a commercial made to make you wanna buy something, but instead looking to actually review the product, consider supporting the channel. I've got a Patreon, you can go there, but what I would like even better is if you go to my website, Exodus Knife and Tool, and pick yourself up a knife made in the USA by White River Knife and Tool, made for the kind of lifestyle that I live, to be practical and to be versatile, with a no questions asked lifetime warranty on standard options. Guys, the guys over at White River Knife and Tool make a fantastic knife. They've been great to work with, and this helps me keep this channel going. ExodusKnifeandTool.com. And by the way, if you like fishing, I also run MammothCaveLureCo.com, and we're on Instagram and all that stuff as well. And maybe someday we'll have some more affiliate links in the description box below as well. Right now, I've taken all of those out, but we'll see. Whatever. This knife is sweet. Let's get you right back to the content. I just found a piece of the the Bear Forest Knives Super Bear that I had lost. Shot this at the 50 Action Express. Maybe you can see that video up here. That was cool. Anyways, all right. So the reason we made this baton is because we don't want to start batoning with some sissy crap. We want to go right into it. I believe this is hickory, and it is hard as a rock. Even my chainsaw was like, bruh, this piece of wood is hard. And we're gonna try and split right through the middle of this knot. So I why I made this thing so ridiculous. We need some horsepower, but why would you play around with splitting normal sized stuff with a flippin' knife like this, a mini bush sword? So that's what we're going straight into. Listen, this is not regular camp practical use, all right? I don't know how much this thing weighs. Whew, I bet you it's 15 pounds or so, I don't know. But here's the deal. This is the kind of testing that can make a bussy cry. Not many people are abusing a knife doing relatively practical exercises or bush chores in their reviews. So although this single test is not a practical example of what you could run into in the woods, it does show that in practical batoning for making a fire or a shelter, I feel pretty confident you could use this knife for the rest of your flippin' life, batoning every moment of your life, and it probably wouldn't matter a bit. I'll say also, using a big heavy baton like that can be hard on your hands. It's been a while. I mean, I heated my house with wood all winter and I used a baton quite a bit, but this thing being fresh, whew, and heavy, it could be smoothed out a little more. That beat the crap out of my hand. Getting soft, brother. So like I said in the intro, this is a short-term review. I've had this knife, I think, for 3 weeks. Maybe it's been long. I think my perception of time has been skewed lately. But, you know, I can't give you a long-term and show you the results. What I can do is tell you what I am absolutely certain is the case, outside of some crazy thing. All right. I absolutely believe that this is going to be heat treated correctly, and long-term use would be the same as short-term use with this knife. Can't promise you, but I'm pretty sure. And so here's the deal. We've got nearly 20 inches and over 2 pounds of absolutely premium CPM 3V. My experience at Georgia Bushcraft and here dropping the tree, batoning, doing some carving, stuff like that. The knife is a monster, but it is fully committed. So this is not a knife, in my opinion, for someone who wants to try a large knife for the first time. This is too much for that person. You know, some people reviewed my Super Kook in the past and they were like, it's so heavy, it's so hard on my wrist. Well, I'm gonna do the same thing now. I'm gonna make that same voice. It's so heavy. I would have to get used to using this knife to use it practically. It is, you're fully committing to a big blade if you carry this on your belt. I'm sure that's not, I mean, I don't see a belt loop on it, so that's probably not the ideal, right? It is a wonderfully made, wonderfully designed, fully committed beast mode knife. Now, and I love it for that. I love it for that. What would I do different? All right, so being at about 35 thou behind the edge, this is a thick behind the edge knife, and at about almost 1/3 of an inch, you know, 3/10 of an inch probably stock before it was surface ground, so we're at about 0.29 of an inch thick, and obviously over 2 pounds, 2 pounds, 2 ounces and a quarter. This is a hefty boy. What I would probably do different if I were to do this knife, I would probably go with a 1/4 inch stock. I would probably bring that edge down to 25 thou behind the edge. And then I'd probably bring the grind up slightly higher. This would significantly, well, this would reduce weight by a good bit. We'd probably shave off, I don't know, at least 3 ounces. But more importantly, we'd have a little bit more work efficiency. We'd bite a little bit deeper. Now, you saw this thing bites deep. This thing bites hard. It bites deep. But I feel like if we could bite a little bit different, a little bit deeper, and for my hand size, would like the handle scales to be a little bit more rounded. With those two basic things, this knife would go into a realm of being more of a super heavy class belt knife and less of a truck knife, if that makes sense. We would lose some toughness. Again, listen, 3V 61 HRC, someone's going to be like, well, if it was softer, it would be tougher. Not necessarily. And more importantly, by bringing the hardness up, we bring the strength up and edge stability up. So at 25 thou behind the edge and losing this weight, we would go, to make this simple maybe, from probably like a Joe X knife to a ultra heavy bush knife. I still think that nobody would break it, most likely. Listen, the SE Hunglis in 1095, you remember how hard I had to try to break that thing? Me and Justin Vidito? Essentially indestructible in 1095. So at 61 HRC, CPM 3V, I think we could drop to 25 thou, maybe even 20 thou behind the edge. I don't think we'd have issues. I think we would get a little bit more work efficiency. I don't think that this knife is about efficiency. I think this knife is about brutality. It's called the freaking Tyrant Bowie. I could use it more. Strengthen the doggone forearm here. That's a real thing. I'm being actually serious. Like, you know, working with this thing for about an hour, I was pretty worn out. But again, I don't think that this thing's about subtlety. All right, so who's this for? Well, collector, for one, this is a work of art. It's beautiful and it's amazing. For two, if you want a big knife, not because you need a big knife for practical reasons, but you want a Joe X style, you want an absolute monster of a blade, this knife is for you. I'm serious, like, you will like it. It's good. It's good. It's really good. It's just a little bit too committed for me for my uses. And I'm always thinking about this from maybe the one tool option perspective, from bushcraft, from survival, like if I was going to go on a loan, that kind of a thing. Now, nobody's going to buy this for a one knife. It's expensive. It's hard to get. It's rare. It is legend class, okay? And so I'm framing this review from the wrong perspective. Of that person who is looking for whatever. What this knife is, this is a grail knife for someone who has a lot of knives and wants a masterpiece of a heavy use, beat 'em up knife, and it's just so good. Now, I mentioned like I could get used to it. Send me out for bushcrafting, hopefully not. I could hike with this thing. It would be kind of a pain in the butt, but hopefully not too much movement. Have me use this regularly. I would get used to it and I would get more efficient with it. Guaranteed. This is a short-term deal, so I don't really have time to get used to it. I could get used to it, guaranteed. And but I think you would have to try to be like Joe X to find a situation where you needed this much toughness. I mean, this is for the guy who's looking for overbuilt. It's beautiful. It's awesome. I don't know if this is heresy to say to somebody, but it's like kind of like if Carothers and Bussy had a bladed baby. And that's why I've been following this dude for so long from the very beginning. I saw the designs and I was like, boom, I like that. So thanks again to Gabe for sending this to me. I greatly appreciate it. It's been a heck of a lot of fun to use. From Jeremy, I have a machete. I believe the machete's in Z-Tough from the Huntsman. I'll be reviewing that shortly. I'm sending this back to Gabe. And Bada bing, bada boom. I think for the most part, if you're watching this video, I shouldn't get into this. A video like this does nothing for me because so few people are looking for information about a niche brand that it's not like this video is going to bring people to my channel, which means if you're seeing this, you're already on my channel and you're already into stuff like this, or you're already a fan of his, in which case I'm telling you things that you probably already know. So this video is just really a shout out to the maker, and this thing's beautiful. And I'm a fan. This video is about the experience. So I love it. I love it. I'm excited to see what else he does. And you know, sometimes overkill's the best kill. Just bottom line. And that's what this knife is, in my opinion. I hate when people pick up a Hunglis or Hunglis 2 or a BK9 and they call it overkill. And I didn't think I'd really ever be that guy to talk about overkill. It's a little bit overkill, but it's just a beautiful kind of overkill. So that's what I've got. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I hope that you have a blessed day.